What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gamers at Large Network Show podcast, however we call it, episode number 35. And tonight's episode, we're going to be keeping it gaming this time. Seeing as how there were a lot of stuff that happened in video games last week, but tonight I just want to keep it, positive and keep it on gaming tonight. So, in honor of the gaming drought coming to an end within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be giving you our recommendations for games coming out for the fall winter releases from September through January. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And tonight, I would like to introduce our panelists for the evening, starting with Zen. How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on, people? I'm cool. Ready to talk some fall winter games.
Alrighty. And person that has not been on lately, but he's welcome tonight, Rashidi the Good Shepherd. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey guys, oh man, it's been a last interesting couple weeks.
You ready to go tonight?
Oh, I'm down, son. I'm in. Let's do this.
All right. Mr. Red Fox, how you doing tonight, man?
It's going. I'm here to game and talk about gaming. That's all I'm here for.
All righty. And Jamie Butterworth, how you doing tonight, man?
What is up, fellas?
All
Same
right.
as always.
Cool. We'll just have to wait for our good buddy, Mr. Andre. So, tonight what we're going to do, like I said before, we are going to be talking games. And we're going to be talking games within the fall-winter release. And we're going to be giving you our recommendations of games that we feel are good value and that should be that should be of a good value to everybody tonight. So what I want to do is start out with we're gonna go by system. Okay, we're not gonna go. We're just gonna go do it by system basis. So the first one we're gonna start off with is Microsoft, and we're gonna start off with what we feel are games gonna be good for a good value and our recommendations for the fall and winter. And I'm gonna start with Zen. You go, take it away.
All right. Recommendations for Microsoft's current-gen console, Xbox One. I would go with first, even though it is third-party, Destiny looks like something any Bungie fan would want to get into. Even though it is on the competing system, if you have an Xbox One, you're looking for something Halo-esque that isn't quite Halo, then you can get into Destiny. Let's see, beyond that, I think the next game would be Sunset Overdrive, an exclusive, which looks very interesting. Got that Jet Set Radio vibe, so if you enjoyed that in the way back when, then you will enjoy this. I have a feeling that you will. If you also like Insomniac games, it also has a lot of cues and elements that belong to Insomniac, so you're going to want to check that out as well once it gets out in October, I believe it is. Beyond that, of course, and the big one, Master Chief Collection. If you've played all of these games before on their respective systems at their respective launches, you're still going to want to get this game because the multiplayer for certain Halos are no longer available. For example, being Halo 2. That multiplayer is no longer up because that was on the original Xbox. So the servers are down and there's no way you can play online on that game anymore. So you got Halo 1, 2, 3, and of course 4. You can still play 4, but hey, you can play it on the Xbox One now as well. A good reason to get that game would be, well, obviously it's a 4-in-1 bargain. So it's a deal for $59.99. You also get access to that Halo Nightfall TV show, movie, web series thing that they're doing, which is very similar to Forward Unto Dawn that they did in 2012. You also get a access key to the Halo 5 Guardians beta, which is starting in December and running all the way to the third week in January. So you get a good taste of what Halo 5 will look like in 2015, which I assume will be November of 2015. So if you have an Xbox One or you're looking to get one, from my point of view, these are the games you should look forward to, and I believe you'll get quite a bit to do for the following 4 months.
All right, all right. And before we continue, I forgot to tell everybody, those who are listening, our viewers, if you want, we do have a Q&A set up that we will answer after once right before we wrap up. So if you do have a question, just leave it a comment and we will get it answered for you. Okay. All right. The second person that I want to go with is Jamie. What about you? What do you think would be a good value on Microsoft system?
Well, I was gonna say it would be Sunset Overdrive because that's the one that I was really looking forward to myself. And
Mhm.
Destiny, of course, looks really good. As to what else is of value, I'm not sure. I mean, is the Diablo 3 Ultimate Edition coming for that one?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's been advertising for PlayStation like crazy.
Yeah.
So that might be another good choice to go with outside of what's already been named, since the Ultimate Evil Edition or whatever has a lot of additional content added to it.
Hmm. Okay. All right, Rashidi, what about you?
Well, sadly, I should have known better. Never go after Zen and Jamie. They more or less recommended everything I wanted to recommend. But just to throw a curveball, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, you could kill people with a fish. Come on, guys. That you can't deny. That's kind of yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying. Come on, you could beat someone down with a fish. Really? That's awesome. In a really weird, twisted sort of way. And don't let me go after Zen and Jamie again, please.
I won't. I won't. All right,
Thanks.
Red Fox, what about you?
This is a game that is not only on the Xbox 360 but also on PC. And they announced it earlier this year. The Fable remaster, I guess you could call it, for the original Fable. It's
Mhm.
been up-resed. The graphics have been textured for more modern sensibilities. If you like that game a lot, but you want to play it on a more modern aesthetic, it's out now, so it's on Xbox 360 and PC. That'd be good.
Okay. Okay. Well, me personally, what I'm looking forward to is actually I'm looking forward to Sunset Overdrive. I think that's going to be a good value for people. Just if you want something different, that
Oh yeah.
is not the same kind of shooter as what they previously have that usually comes out in the fall. Um, Another thing that I think will probably be a good value, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty will be a good value for those
What?
people. For those people who actually like Call of Duty. Me personally, I'm burnt out on it, but I know a lot of people who do love Call of Duty. So I think Advanced Warfare will probably give you that good multiplayer value that you're going to be looking for, especially since Xbox One. Microsoft does have the more stable online that I feel like they do is in any case. So I think for your multiplayer games, like your multiplayer shooters, Xbox One will probably be the place to be for those types of games. I do believe Destiny is going to do great because it is Bungie. Um, but for some reason, I just think that it'll probably be a better value on my next system that I'm going to bring up next. Um, Other than that, I have to go with Halo because of the simple fact they give me back Halo 2 in that Ascension map.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's that Ascension map. I mean, that's the map I love from Halo 2. They giving it back to me, and that's the part of the one I will be seeing everybody on. I will see you
That's
in November on Ascension.
that's 85% of the reason why I'm getting an Xbox One.
There you go. So, I mean,
Well,
that's
that's a
pretty
lie,
much
Killer
it, man.
Instinct. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, well, Killer Instinct is a good value, and I don't know. I would have brought up season 2 of Killer Instinct, but I don't know. They have not given a definitive date.
Hmm.
I'm hoping that it's this year, but
It's
nobody's.
this year. It's this year, October.
Did they confirm it though?
It was a loose month date,
Okay,
but yeah.
okay. Well, I'm gonna add Killer Instinct season 2 to that. Because season 1 was actually pretty good. I play that all the time. So if you are a KI fan, that's to me that's a good value if you're going to buy the whole season. I don't believe in buying it piece by piece. I don't believe in doing that. So, me personally, I'm gonna buy the whole season. So we'll go like that. The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna hit up Nintendo next, and so he won't have to go after anybody. Rashidi.
Well, Okay, this is not. This is a long list. I mean, we got Hyrule Warriors. That's like, oh my god. Okay, for me, personally, almost every single game that's coming out for Wii U for the fall, I'm gonna recommend simply because they're all great value. You got
Okay.
Bayonetta.
Hmm.
You get two games for the price of one, and one is the enhanced version of the original game.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Then you got Hyrule Warriors, Super Saiyan 3 Ganondorf for the win. We got let's see. I Some people are hating on it, but I like Captain Toad. We got Captain Toad.
I hate that
and
game.
I like it. I know you don't like it, Jay, but I'm sorry. I keep it real. I actually like that game.
I'm a hate. I'm a hate to the day I die. No, I'm playing.
Um, let's see. Super Smash is a default. Everybody loves Smash. If you don't love Smash, get in or get out. And is Devil's Third this year or no? I can't remember the release date.
They
2015.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
At first it was supposed to come out December, but then they wafted on it. So
That's fine.
yeah.
Longer time. Let them make sure the game is done.
Yeah.
Too many incomplete games nowadays. I'll leave it at that. I think I kind of screwed everybody else over, so I'm gonna stop before I keep going any further.
Well, you do know they do have a 3DS though, so you didn't really screw everybody
Oh,
over.
I know. That's why I didn't touch that. 'Cause I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so.
Gotcha. Okay, Butterworthy.
All right. I think I missed the question.
We're
Because
doing. Oh, we're doing Nintendo. What you feel? What games are you looking forward to that's going to be a good value? What would you recommend for owners of the Wii U and 3DS?
All right. Well, see, everything's already being hit on for the most part. What I'm really looking forward to, I guess the additional thing I'll throw out there would be like Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Okay.
Because I actually really liked Captain Toad in Mario 3D World. So I would recommend those. And if you're looking for something a little bit, maybe a little bit older, and you want to go with the Operation Platinum thing, go pick up a copy of the Wonderful 101. It's only like $30, brand new. Get that game.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That'll work. Zen, what about you?
All right, I'm gonna have to follow along with Rashidi. Gotta give a mention to Hyrule Warriors, as it's one of the first games coming out once we exit this quote-unquote drought. Why is it a good value to me? Well, simple. It's Zelda. It's got Zelda, man. If you put Zelda in a game, you got me sold. And I personally don't need to go any further. But for those of you out there who are still on the fence, you get if you register the game at least 1 month, 30 days after its release, you're gonna get some Club Nintendo swag, some DLC for I think Ganon. You're gonna get costumes taken directly from Ocarina of Time and is it Skyward Sword? No, it's Skyward Sword. Twilight Princess, right? Twilight Princess. I believe if you order through Amazon, which is the only one I'm actually sure of, the retailer-specific DLC that you get there will be Twilight Princess outfits with Link and Zelda. Maybe some others do. I'm not exactly sure, but I have to give a mention to Hyrule Warriors. Moving on, I would say, of course, Smash Brothers for 3DS, and then later on in November for Wii U. If you don't get these games, man, you're posing, because this is pretty much if you already have a Wii U and you don't like this game. People have their own sensibilities, have their own likes and dislikes, but let me say something is factually wrong with you. So, I mean, you bought the thing and you waited this long, now you finally got one of the must-buy games and you won't buy it? Come on, really? But 3DS, Smash Brothers and Wii U Smash Brothers. I'll also give a shout out to Sonic Boom, since that's one of the games that people are not sure about.
Ooh, I forgot
But
about that.
I'll give a shout out to that. But I'll stop there and leave some food for the others.
Okay. Andre, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So, what would you think would be a good recommendation? What is your recommendations for owners of the Wii U and 3DS for the fall?
Well,
You can say you
since
can.
I didn't get to hear, everything, y'all might hear some repeats.
It's fine. It's fine.
So definitely Azure Striker Gunvolt, because not only do you get that, but you get Mighty Gunvolt with it.
Yes.
The crossover of Mighty Number 9 and Azure Striker.
That's on 3DS.
Yep, that's 3DS. And
Awesome
isn't
value.
Fantasy Life supposed to come out?
Yeah. It's
Yep.
supposed to come out
Okay,
Oh, I
November,
forgot
I
about
think.
that. Oh.
Fantasy Life. That kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the way it's set up, but definitely Fantasy Life.
Okay.
Sorry, kids are just running out the room trying not to go to sleep for school in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Dang it, I got distracted. And I was tracking for 3DS games I was trying to say. Dang it. Definitely Smash Brothers, like Zen has said. Because there's no way I'm going to go into the Wii U Smash Brothers with no practice.
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm completely off on what games are coming out on 3DS, so I'll just jump to the Wii U. So my list, definitely Bayonetta 2 with Bayonetta 1, because that's, again, good value. Plus, the game's going to be upgraded, so it's worth the money to get it. Rather than paying $60 for one, you get 2 games, and they're both great. Definitely Hyrule Warriors. Not for Zen's reason, no, of having Zelda in the game, but just because it will be a great game.
Super Saiyan 3 Ganondorf, son. Come on, get with
I mean, no, that
Lord
is an
Fabulous.
incentive. It
Come
is
on,
an
Lord
incentive to
Fabulous.
actually be able to play with Ganon and play with Demise. Not Demise, damn it.
Lord
Girahim,
Fabulous.
Ganon, Girahim, and Zant, because I was always interested in seeing what those characters could do when they're not fighting Link. So, so it would be well worth being able to play with them. Plus, it might have an interesting story because pretty much all Dynasty Warriors type games have, at least for me, have an interesting story. Smash, which is obvious. I was sleeping on Captain Toad, but I'm gonna tell people, go ahead and get Captain Toad. It looks actually like it's going to be fun to play. And Splatoon, definitely.
That's
2015, my
That's
friend.
still winter though.
no, but
Oh, we're
we're
just doing fall.
going from
fall.
now till
Okay.
January. We're going from now till January.
I thought that was supposed to be January.
No,
We don't have a definitive date.
Okay, scratch that one then. And Devil's Third got pushed back
Yeah.
too, didn't it? Oh well, then I guess I'm stopping right here because I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Okay. All right, Mr. Red Fox, what about you?
Well, it's great that I went last. Everyone said everything I wanted. So you're just gonna hear repeats. Definitely Bayonetta, 1 or 2, because if you buy one, you get a discount for the other one. It's free. Let's see. Fantasy Life. I'm really looking forward to that because that's another level 5 RPG, and these people have really shown they know how to make RPGs. So that's totally going to be worthwhile. Pokemon Alpha or Omega. If you're a Pokemon fan,
yes,
I mean,
finally. Sorry.
If you combine that with the fact that you get to carry over all your Pokemon with the Pokemon Bank, I mean, come on. It's just Nintendo's just going to be taking all my money.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not the only one.
they're taking all my money. Like, you know, I would like
$300 easily.
I would like to give some of my money to Western third parties, but I'm gonna be broke. It's all going to Tokyo. So, I mean, we're supposed to be getting Captain Toad this winter, like around in December. Smash Brothers, 3DS, and Wii U, plus the GameCube adapter for it. I mean, Jesus.
Well,
I'm gonna be a broke person. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be happy but broke.
Well, don't worry, man. You're gonna be in the same boat as a lot of us, cause I'm gonna be that way too. So my recommendations, if you are gonna get Smash Brothers, it would probably be in your best interest to get that GameCube adapter and GameCube controller, because I know some people who are gonna be getting it, and if you know about Melee, you know why people are gonna be getting that. So. Just know that one of my recommendations is to go in and get that adapter and the GameCube version of the controller for it. It's and on top of that, I just read an article that those GameCube controllers will be able to be used as a Pro controller and a classic controller, so you'll be able
Awesome
to use
sauce.
it as multiple. So that
Oh
is a
boy.
very good value. Smash Bros. As you know, Hyrule Warriors because I'm a huge Legend of Zelda nerd. Uh, um, the other game I'm looking forward to, Gun Striker. That Gun Striker game for 3DS. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm also looking forward to Pokemon. I don't know if I'm going to get it when it actually comes out because of the simple fact that it's so much other stuff to buy for me that's on my list. So I don't know if I'm probably not gonna be able to get that one until like next year sometime. So hey, it is what it is. Uh, Other than that, got to get Bayonetta because I am a big fan of the first one, and the second one just looks amazing. Plus, it's a great value for people who have not played the first one. It's a great value. You get a free game with added content to it, so I don't see why you wouldn't buy two games for $60. I just don't see why you wouldn't, especially if you own a Wii U. That's one of those games I think you should get. And as much as I did not like the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, I understand that there's a lot of people that like it, and it looks like it can be fun. So I'll actually throw that one in there as my recommendation as well. Simply for the fact that I know some people did enjoy those puzzle moments from Mario 3D World. So I, I can understand that. I didn't like it, but hey, I can be real. So
To each his own, then
yeah,
basically.
to each his own. So, but I will say it does look good. The gameplay trailers that I've seen on it looks good. So I can recommend that as well. And the final one that we're going to be talking about tonight is Sony's
Wait,
PS4.
permission to
And
interject?
yeah, what's up?
Oh, just want to throw this out there because this has been helpful to my evil plan for converting gamers. Mario Party 10 is coming out, I believe, 2014.
Last I
That's
saw, yeah.
yes, that's Mario Party is how I got a lot of casual gamers into gaming. I can proudly say my sister-in-law is one of the people I got started with Mario Party 6, I believe, and now she has a 3DS of her own, and she's rocking multiple games. So,
Okay. All
so
right.
I just had to throw that in there. Okay, continue.
No problem, no problem. All right, now we're gonna do Sony's PS4, and for this one, I guess I will start with Andre. Got any games you think will be a good value for Sony
You
fans?
had to pick me. Had to pick
Yes,
me.
I did.
Bad thing is, I'm trying to remember what games are coming out for PS4
Mhm.
this winter that are not multi-plat.
I think,
And
I think the
I'm not
majority of
doing
them
I
are.
that
can do
to
it, but they're all multiplat. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
two for
anybody
one.
listening. I'm serious. I'm not doing that to try to insult anybody. I just can't remember the exclusives that are coming out because I don't want to suggest multi-plats. That's just basically the problem. So
Okay.
I guess
Cup
I'm a
cookies,
blank
give an
slate here.
answer.
Oh,
I,
okay.
th- I think I need a moment.
Okay, you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, give me a moment to do some research real quick.
Okay. All right. Jamie, what about you? You got
Um,
anything?
I'm in Andre's camp because I don't know what is coming exclusive this holiday season for PlayStation 4.
Me, pick me.
Okay. All right, Rashidi.
Yay! Sorry, I'm hyper because I've missed like what 3 gamers at large in a row. That's
Uh-huh.
horrible. Sorry. All right. Unfortunately, I think some of these are multiplats, but I believe Drive Club isn't. So I'm gonna throw Drive Club in there. No.
Yeah, you can throw that in there.
Okay, I'm gonna throw Drive Club. Although I don't think it's gonna be as awesome as people think it is, it does have a lot of potential if they actually live up to what they're claiming. If they live up to what they're claiming, this is gonna be a freaking awesome game. So I'm gonna say Drive Club. I'm gonna throw in Destiny, even though everybody says Destiny for Xbox One. It's also a PS4, and they get first dibs. So they give you like more extra crap. So
Mhm.
Destiny, I'm gonna throw that in there. Um, I can grudgingly say Grand Theft Auto 5. That's not really my cup of tea.
I think that was delayed to 2015.
It was delayed, really?
Yep.
Yeah, both of
Oh
them got
dang!
delayed.
Was
Both of them.
Evolve was delayed as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Damn it!
I think Drive Club might have been delayed too.
Oh,
I don't think Drive Club was delayed.
Fraza. Oh, okay, cool.
I don't
Then we
think
stick
Drive
to
Club
that.
was delayed.
Um,
Right now it just has it has, but for some reason I remember reading an article saying that unless further notice that it is coming out for 2014. So
well, then I guess I was too hyped for my own good. Everything else kind of sucks, in my humble opinion.
okay, all right.
So sorry.
Well, you
Next.
know what? I guess I'll go. I'll go then. I'll go next while everybody's doing that. Me personally, I'm looking forward to Destiny. If you have a PS4, I think Destiny's going to be a good value because, like we said, they are getting some things first. If you're one of those people who has to have things first, that'd be right up your alley. Especially if you have,
The right
uh,
PS4 though. Sorry.
yeah, especially if you have a Xbox One and a PS4, you're trying to figure out which one do you want first. I would go with the PS4 just to be on the safe side, especially if you're one of those people that has to have everything first, and most of your friends are on Sony system. So I would go with Destiny. Another one that I would go with is Assassin's Creed Unity. If you are one of me personally, I'm burned out on it, but Assassin's Creed does look to be a very fun game that enhances the multiplayer action aspect of it, and it looks interesting. From what Ubisoft is looking at, it looks a little interesting. So if you're a fan of that series, it may be a good investment for you if you are really into the stealth action. Another game is actually I think it'd probably be better on the PS4, but Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, I think that'll be good. And one game that we didn't talk about was The Evil
Shellfish.
Within. The Evil
Oh yes,
Within is
that's right. That's right. Sorry.
actually coming out October 21st is the release date on that one. So I think The Evil Within, if you're into horror, I think that'll really get you because for people who like horror games, it's actually it's hard to like scare people now because we've pretty much seen it all. But I think from what I've been hearing about The Evil Within and from what I've seen of it gameplay wise, it looks to be an interesting game that will actually scare people. So those are my actual recommendations. So let's see, Zen, do you have any recommendations?
All right, I do. Um, Even though these are multiplayer, so I just quickly run through these before getting to exclusives on the PS4. Alien Isolation. You're gonna want to get that if you're a fan of the Aliens movies. It looks worlds better than the abomination that we had in the form of Colonial Marines. So if you're looking for
Same.
redemption, where the Aliens franchise is concerned in video games, that's your game. For the card heads out there, Call of Duty, of course, comes to everything, so you're gonna want to look out for that. Also, Dragon Age Inquisition. You're going to want to look out for that. It looks fairly decent. And the star of the third party shoe, in my opinion, looks very good from my personal opinion. And I would buy it definitely if I had any console that would get it and support it. And that is Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
that is another one. I forgot about that game.
yeah. So, huge Lord of the Rings fan. So, yeah, that's right up my alley. Let's see. Sports fans, I suppose you get NBA 2K15. I couldn't care less, but hey, if you like if you like basketball, then go do your thing. Then there is Project Cars. Right, Project Cars is supposed to be
Oh
coming to
crap.
both X1 and the PS4, which is what we're discussing this winter. So you can go ahead with that. Assassin's Creed you already mentioned. Now, for the exclusives, let's see, Drive Club. You get that. You get Little Big Planet 3, so you can
Oh
look forward to
yeah.
that. Let's see. Come on, think, think, think. I think The Witness is coming out this year as well, and I believe that is exclusive, so you can get The
Mm.
Witness. And I believe that's just about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Andre.
Okay, I did a little bit of quick research, and I did get a few results that had pretty much determined answers that weren't up in the air.
Okay.
So, Drive Club did look good to me, and if I had a PS4, even though I'm not usually into racing sims, I would probably pick that up. Um, Samurai Warriors 4 apparently is supposed to be exclusive to PS4.
Uh-huh.
Samurai Warriors?
Samurai Warriors 4 is
Yeah.
exclusive to PS4.
Okay. Sorry.
October 21st, and if you are into those types, that type of style of game, I suggest picking it up. Then Little Big Planet 3 was the only other one that I know of that has like a specified date that is within the fall season as far as exclusives. And Little Big Planet has been a decent series. I don't expect this one to be bad. So that's it for the exclusives. Evolve is actually supposed to come out the 21st of October, right along with The Evil Within.
You sure? I heard it was delayed.
No,
and
that
the
was
guys
delayed
said
to
it too.
2015.
Oh, it was? Okay, maybe this list needs to be updated.
Let me guess, IGN?
No, not IGN.
Oh, okay, because they're a reliable source of information.
Yeah, I mean, every other thing that I would have suggested, Zen pretty much already covered. So, have at it, people.
Okay. And we got Bear Hugger in tonight. Bear Hugger, what about you? What do you think would be a good value for Sony fans?
Well, outside from Destiny and Call of Duty,
Okay.
Dragon Age, probably, but I'm sure a lot of fans are still have mixed opinions about the way EA did over with the safety game. So,
that's why I didn't bring it up. Sorry.
well, I mean, it looks good from what I've seen, but it still doesn't look like the way like the old one played, and that was the theme that I really liked for it. The whole Baldur's Gate kind of theme. But outside from that, Little Big Planet 3, that's definitely one too as well. For people who are if I still had my PS3, I would definitely be buying that day one, but sadly I don't, so I won't be getting that anytime soon, sadly. But The Evil Within, I'm a little bit mixed about that. It looks good, but it looks like he's taking a lot of elements from his past RE games and mixing them into like one big-ass game, so I'm a little iffy on that, but it does look pretty good. But the one thing I think that actually I wouldn't mind playing if I had a PS4 would be the actual Silent Hill teaser demo that they recently released. I've been seeing a lot of good praise about that.
Yeah.
Also, but honestly, if I had to choose one game, it would definitely be NHL 15. Only because I'm Canadian, I'm a huge hockey fan.
Look, you don't have to be Canadian to be a hockey fan, man.
Well, no, but I mean, everybody looks at us. Like, hey, you guys don't have any, national football teams. We have college football, but that's whatever.
Since you brought that up, is that any good? Because the last hockey game I played was on the NES, and I freaking loved it, but that was like 20 years ago.
NHL 94 for the Genesis.
Yeah, NHL 94 was definitely was like the last amazing one. This one here looks pretty good as far as what they're doing as details go and features, but
how does it play though? I don't give a damn about that.
It plays like the way it's supposed to be playing, like an actual authentic hockey game. But at the same time, you can also like make things differently as far as a single player experience to make it feel arcadey like. But outside from that one, like the online was the big thing for me. But the only gripe that I have with that though is that people don't know how to play particular positions, so it's irritating to play online with random people.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Cause all right, cool. You just opened up my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, I think the one thing I admit too that I don't think any of you guys actually know about me is that I used to be huge into sports games. Like up until EA locked down almost every sport, I was big into it. Like every I would kind of pick out the best on each different sport genre, but whether it was football or hockey or baseball or whatnot. But just EA killed that completely. Haven't bought a sports game in like 10 years.
Yeah, the original PlayStation was it for me. I stopped playing after that.
I do miss a lot of the actual arcadey ones like NFL Blitz, NHL Hits. I wish they would bring those back because those are also very, very good for alternatives that don't want to play like a real life simulated sports game, right? But
EA would do well to
a decent NBA Jam.
Hell yeah, I love NBA Jam.
Yeah.
I miss Mutant League. Mutant League football.
That was interesting.
Football,
That was cool.
Fun game.
Yeah, that was
Man, sports game used to be the shit back in the day. Pardon my language.
No.
well, it's like this. Like everybody had like they would do their realistic sims, but then they always made sure to give you at least one of the ones that was fake and had superpowers and all that.
Just fun. Just fun.
We need both. The whole thing is video games is for you to experience something you can't experience in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. For shooters, I'll go play paintball. I've done it. I'm pretty good at it. If I want to do, actually, that's pretty much it. Because everything else is fantasy.
There is
Yeah.
one game that I'm actually quite worried about though that is going to be released though on Xbox One and PS4 though, and that's that new
What's
Lord
that?
of the Rings game.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I think that game
please
is going to be
elaborate.
more cheap deluxe. I mean, I was seeing all the people saying how it looks like Assassin's Creed, just Lord of the Rings style. I think that's going to hurt the actual sales of that game a little bit,
Yeah, I've heard
especially
that
with Unity coming out close to around release of that game. So, yeah, that's the only game I think it's not going to do all too well as far as the sales department goes. Man.
Well,
No.
from what I remember, it's supposed to be coming out on PS3 and Xbox 360 too.
No,
Oh,
I have
so
a
Yeah.
question.
game.
Outside of stats and sales and all other crap, do you think the game is actually going to be a good game?
In general wise,
Yes.
it looks to be a more different type of Lord of the Rings. Even though we've had maybe 2 or 3 of those in the past with like the Third Age and
Yeah.
what do you call it there? Eye of the North, I think it was called, or something like that. Or no, not Eye of the North. Whatever that newest one that recently came out there a couple of years ago. War of the North, I think is what it's called.
I need a prequel.
So
Sorry.
yeah, so this one
Like,
here
it's
looks to be something different to expand on the actual Lord of the Rings franchise, but
Hmm.
it looks good. It does, and I wouldn't mind playing it if I had an actual PS3 or an Xbox console in general. Wise, I would love to play it, but that's the only fear that I have with that game. Not getting a lot of people to buy it and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, if it's a good enough game, it'll be in my collection.
That's what I'm
Oh
looking
yeah,
at. I'm like,
definitely. Yeah, it would definitely
okay.
be in my
So then
collection.
I'll look to, okay, cool. So I might look to pick it up because I've never played Lord of the Rings, but I was actually into the series long before it became popular mainstream. I read the books in high school. That's
Well,
back
what-
in 1992. Good God, I'm
Wow.
old.
That's back when I read them.
Well, the one thing that I know that definitely has this game going for it a lot, though, is the whole intelligent AI system. Like when you attack like a general or something, you don't kill him, he'll always remember those events kind of deal. And I think that's kind of a new thing that I would like to see more emphasized in upcoming games, honestly, as far as the intelligence of an AI system. But other than that, though, I mean, yeah, it looks good. I wouldn't mind playing it myself, honestly. It looks pretty decent.
Because that's one of those games that's actually on my list, but it's gonna get. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it till like next year.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just way
Nintendo-
too much.
Nintendo's gonna take at least $300 from me this year.
Yeah. I mean, they're
So
going to be
Nintendo
knocking on my
take
door.
it. I'll
No,
say
asking them
just
where
Nintendo.
the
fall.
money is.
Just fall alone. I'm not talking about the whole year. Just fall.
This year so far, they've already taken over 1,000 from me. So
Well, I'm
Yeah,
not too
my
far
wallet's
behind.
Basically,
I'm just gonna send my paycheck straight to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just to save me
that's a fair
time
way of
and
looking at it, yeah.
That's kind of funny, but yeah, it is kind of true because they do have like a more more varied release of games this fall. That's one thing I don't like about the fall and winter releases is the fact that some of these games, and I've said it before, I feel could have been released during this drought. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Some of them
Yeah,
I really
like
feel.
Evolve got
yeah,
postponed,
I
right?
agree. And see what pisses me off is I'm trying my best not to come off as a huge Nintendo fan because I'm trying to be fair about it. But I'm sorry, PS4 greatness still awaits. It really does. I mean, I'm actually fighting to find games to play on PS4. Like I'm preaching to my nephew about learning variety and playing a little bit of everything. And then all I have is a Wii U at the moment. I'm gonna pick up a PS4. Don't get me wrong.
I'm only a Wii U owner as well, so I'm stuck with buying Wii U only games right now for the time being. And to be honest, I couldn't be even more happier with all the stuff.
I don't regret the games I have because I know I'm gonna be more than well entertained. But me as an all-around gamer, I don't want to come off like I'm showing too much favoritism.
Yeah, no,
So-
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So I'm like trying to be like, all right, listen. I know PS4 is gonna have awesome games.
Yep.
Unfortunately for me, I don't see any awesome games yet.
Well, Xbox is going to get the same treatment as well.
Well,
I mean-
Xbox, I can give a partial pass because I'm not as bad as Shadow, but I'm not too far behind them. Killer Instinct is torturing me right now. Killer Instinct is one of my
that
favorite
is,
fighting
but-
games of all time, and every time I see a video of it, I'm like, must get Xbox.
Yeah,
One.
that was one of the that would probably be like the first thing I would buy if I had an Xbox. But
And
it's
Master Chief
entire
Collection.
page of characters is what's really irritating me with that game. But
Well, that's why you buy it outright.
the actual collection one, that one that's coming out there soon, yeah, I would definitely buy that one and do the same thing for when Season 2 gets released on disc. So
That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna buy it in bulk because
Yep.
I hate that purchase one at that. You know what? Screw it.
Yeah, we
It's
get
bunk.
it. We know. We know. We don't wanna get into that. You know, we don't want to bring the wrath. So
Trust, man.
But
We all kind of feel the same way.
but I hate the fact that Sony is putting me in this position as well as Xbox because I've loved Sony from day one. When PlayStation came out, I've rode with them ride or die Sony.
We all
But
did.
I mean, but I had to grudgingly buy a PS3, and I'm even more grudgingly looking to buy a PS4. That's sad. That's really sad.
yeah, that's yeah. I mean, it all depends on what you find as
Well,
a value.
yeah.
Though. So
Yeah, my taste is different. I'm not trying to tell everybody because me personally, RPGs is number one.
Yeah, me
So-
too.
Mm.
That's why I got a PS. That's why I got.
That's the
why
main reason I got a
probably broke down
PlayStation.
and got a PlayStation
Yeah.
was because all the RPGs left the SNES, and I was like, I really want to play RPGs.
Oh, quick question. Blue Dragon. I saw
Awesome game.
glimpses. Okay, I thought so because I saw my brother play it. It looked freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's an underrated, overlooked game that Miss Walker came out with
Okay.
early last gen. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, enough said.
good.
All right, because I never had a 360. I only played at my brother's house. I think what I might do. See, I hate that these systems aren't backwards compatible. It's really annoying me because if it wasn't for that, I would have owned them all right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let's move on. I'm rambling.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So before we go, I wanna get everybody's before we go into wrap up. I want to get everybody's top game that you are more how can I say this most looking forward to, and from each of them, just one. So, Bear Hugger, since we just got in, what about you? What are you looking forward to from each system? Just one game.
One game. Well, for the Wii U, Smash is not my number one game, sadly. Even though I'm definitely buying it, but because that would just be too easy and too given. But no, Captain Toad is actually one of the games that I'm really ecstatic for. For the Wii U. For as far as Xbox goes, if I had an Xbox One, it would definitely be the Master Chief Collection because I think that's a very, very well built collection in the way collection should be done from here on out. As far as the PS4 goes, probably Dragon Age 3 if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jamie, what about you?
Well, on the Wii U, I'm going to have to go with Smash Brothers because there's no other choice as far as the number one's concerned, even though Bayonetta 2 and Hyrule Warriors both look amazing. On the PS4, I would end up going... It's a tough one, actually. My personal preference, I would probably say Destiny, just because I have the most complete version of it on that system. And for the Xbox One, I would choose Sunset Overdrive.
Nice.
Yep, that's a good one.
Took mine. No, I'm playing.
That's a good one. Okay, Andre.
Well, for me, Wii U is Bayonetta 2 and 1 in a bundle together for so much fun. But for Xbox One, dang it, is Forza Horizon coming out this year?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think it is.
Forza Horizon 2, because when I was looking at that, the integrated features and to be able to play kind of live, that gave me that kind of, like, you know how Midnight Club was, where you rolled around the city and found your objectives and then you did your races. It kind of felt like, it kind of gives me that feeling that would be how it is, but you actually get to play with live people. And you still get to play your friend's ghost if they're online, as their avatar if they're online. That's kind of cool to me in retrospect. For PS4, I would have to agree with Jamie. I'd definitely go with Destiny because it's probably the best version of that game.
Okay, all right, that's good. Well, Zen, what about you?
For the Wii U, of course, I'm gonna have to follow Jamie, and I think one other person say Smash Brothers. If I didn't say that, I'd be lying. And of course, I will repeat for those of you just joining us, or maybe you didn't hear it the first time. If you got that console, you don't buy this game. Something is factually wrong with you. But for the Xbox One, That's not even a question. Master Chief Collection. Um, and if I had to choose one for the Sony side of things, knowing myself, I'd go with Little Big Planet 3.
Okay. All right. Red Fox.
Oh boy. Oh god. Put me on the spot again. Let's see. 3DS Fantasy Life. I love Pokemon, but Fantasy Life. Wii U. Bayonetta, because I mean you get 2 games for the price of 1. That's a great value. Xbox One. I'm gonna say the Master Chief Collection, just because I mean 4 games for the price of 1, great value. And for the PS4, I'll go with Destiny.
Okay. All right. That's a that's a good one. All right. Rashidi.
Alright. Well, since as much as I hate to admit it, it's this partially why I've not been around. I'm gonna go, because I'm trying to convert my lady. Um, Mario Party 10 for Wii U, because
Okay.
I know that will get her to play, and it'll be fun to play with. So Mario Party 10 for Wii U. For 3DS, Pokemon, because my nephews actually want to play it, and I like playing those games. So Pokemon right there, all day, every day for the 3DS. Although the Gunvolt is, I mean, sorry, yeah, Azor Gun Striker Volt, I
Mhm.
believe it's called.
Zora
That is,
Striker Gunvolt.
yes, that is an awesome game, but I can't. You said one, so Pokemon for that. See, PlayStation 4. I'll have to go with Big Planet once again. Please, my lady, she'll actually play that with me. I'm trying to convert her.
Hey,
By a year from now, she will be. Me and her will be fighting for the damn video games. That's my goal.
good goal to have.
All right, and Xbox One, I gotta go with Zen. Master Chief Collection. That
Mm.
that is one of the few reasons why I want an Xbox One.
Oh,
That's probably the biggest outside of to be honest, outside of Bayonetta 2, that's probably the best value for a game this holiday season.
So,
As far as like multiple games being together, that's probably the best value.
oh, and I'm actually thinking about getting a Vitanic. I've been contemplating it deeply for the last 2 weeks. So Disgaea 4, all of that game already came out. So yeah,
oh, okay.
I love Disgaea games.
Yeah, this guy's a this guy's a crazy series. I love that
Exactly.
series myself, so I
RPG
completely
tactics
understand.
and anime. Enough said.
Yeah, that's completely funny. I completely understand. My list is basically Wii U. I'm gonna go Bayonetta. Just because you're basically getting an enhanced version of the first one, and you're getting the second one, and you're only paying 60 for it. So hey, that to me is the best. Is a very good value.
Mm.
Xbox One, it's fighting me, but because it came down between Sunset Overdrive and Halo Master Chief, but I have to go with the Master Chief Collection because it is 4 games in one, and they are bringing those servers back that had that had the original multiplayers on them. So that right there is enough to be the recommendation for the fall for that system. For PS4, it's gonna have to be Destiny because Destiny looks like it's gonna be more complete on that system. For the 3DS, I'm gonna go with Smash Brothers. And I don't. I was gonna say something about the Vita, but I cannot confirm when those games are releasing. There was a couple of games that are coming out that I know I was actually looking forward to, and those were Tales of Hearts R and the Sword Art Online game, but I cannot find
Oh,
a
sorry.
actual release date for those 2 games. So since I can't find a release date for them, I don't want to say one or the other, and then they get pushed back to 2015. So if they do come out this year, which I hope they do, but I haven't found a definitive release date or even a release
On
quarter.
release window.
Yeah, I haven't found anything on those that's definitive. I keep getting 2 and 3 different times from different sites. So uh, I will say this: if you do have a Vita, and you are into anime and RPGs, Tales of Hearts R and Sword Art Online look to be two good games that, if they do release this year, will to me will be something to look forward to on the system. So, all right, and I did have a Q&A set up, but I don't think anybody used it. I can't find where anybody used it. So, looks like we don't have any questions to answer from the viewers. So, before we wrap up, I just want to make a statement about Terminator Juice in his Bayonetta 2 giveaway. If you are somebody that is on the fence of wanting to get Bayonetta and you don't know if you're going to have enough money to get it with all the other stuff that's coming out this fall.
Hey, Jay.
Uh-huh.
The questions just popped up.
Can I just? Oh, okay. I'll chip in
It just
after.
popped up.
You see
I was
him?
about to say something, but
Because I don't see him. Where they at? Where
Hey,
they at?
you gotta use the little Q&A box on the left side.
I did. I didn't see anything. All right, hold
They
on.
all popped up for me.
All right, let me go there.
I'm just saying that way people don't think we ignoring them.
Ah, there we go. Okay, all right, there we go. Because and people, I do apologize. I didn't see him at first, so
It took
wow, yeah, there
it
is
took
questions.
like 2 minutes to pop up though for
Okay.
me. So that's probably was a delay in Google. So blame Google.
Yeah, I
Add up.
see it.
all right. So
Really
we
much
got a lot of them. All right,
Yeah.
first up, from PE Nintendo. His question is, do you think we would get any thoughts, hopes, or wishes for Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem? I'm thinking that's
All
gonna
I
be
wish-
2015. Yeah.
All I wish for it is just that it be a good game that I'm expecting it to be. That's it.
I mean, I have no idea how they're gonna play it, but I think it's gonna be 2015. If so, I think it'll be a good recommendation for anybody that has a 3DS. So I mean, personally, that's what I think.
I thought it was gonna be Wii U title.
I thought it was a Wii U
I
title,
think it's going to
actually.
be a
I thought
Wii
it
U
was-
title.
I thought it was
Yeah.
3DS. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
bro,
Never
Wii
mind.
U.
Never mind. My bad, people. My bad.
No worries,
you
bro.
weren't
We
the
have
only
so
one.
much
I got it mixed up too. So.
We have tons of information coming in, bro. It happens.
All right. So yeah, if it is Wii U, yeah. That would be awesome.
Definitely
But
at that point.
my only thing is though, outside of that 2012 or 2013, Nintendo Direct, we haven't seen crap about it.
I know.
So
Yeah,
Look,
that's-
you say that now, and
But
next
remember,
month,
remember,
next
this is
week-
Nintendo. If they cancel it, they'll let us know they canceled it.
yeah.
next month they'll be dropping some
And-
information.
and I'm gonna
next
say
week.
out
Next
loud,
week.
Mario Party 10, 2015. Damn it! All right, Smash Brothers it is. Keep it moving.
All right. Okay, the next one. Let's see. This is from Anderson Archilla. I hope I'm saying this right. Please don't get mad if I mess up your name. Let's see. The last was, do you feel, comparing both Insomniac and Naughty Dog from Spyro and Crash to Sunset Overdrive and The Last of Us, do you feel that one has improved while the other has degraded a bit as a studio? Anybody want to take that one?
All right,
I
sure.
don't-
Zen, what you think?
Okay, degraded, first off, would not be the word I'd use. I would say that they have changed, and not necessarily for the better, in terms of what made them who they are and what people have come to know them for, the type of content that they were known for making. I'm speaking about Naughty Dog here in particular.
Okay.
So, I mean, we got The Last of Us, and by all official reports, it's an amazing game. However, for persons like me who love their previous work, it's not exactly alluring. So it's not top of my list of things that I want to experience from Naughty Dog. So while Last of Us is a great game by all accounts, I would not say it's a great Naughty Dog game as compared to how I remember Naughty Dog being. So I'm not necessarily viewing it as a degradation, degrade, so to speak.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing that as a drop in quality. I'm just saying it's a change that I don't particularly appreciate. So I prefer the Naughty Dog of the past than what we have now. As for Insomniac, Sunset Overdrive seems to have not all, but a lot of the callbacks that Insomnia games have been known to have. So it's not so much as a change in what they provide and the type of content that they make. It's more just a different angle, so to speak. So I believe Insomniac fans would see a lot of Insomniac from Sunset Overdrive. But I believe Naughty Dog has totally turned their back on who they used to be. And for persons like me, that isn't necessarily a good thing.
Okay.
So the
Yeah,
great is not the word I
Crash
use.
Bandicoot, for example.
as
So
regard for me, Last of Us is more of an experience than a game. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just kind of old school in my way, so the game is not bad. It's just not my cup of tea per se as a game. As an experience, it's awesome. It
Mhm.
really is. The storyline, everything. Even though I think certain people are douche nozzles, I won't go any further into that. Um, it's not a bad experience at all.
Okay.
Which I have mixed feelings because I kind of always, when I was younger, I wanted more of an experience in my game, but now that we having more experience in my game, I'm like, I want more game than experience. If that makes any sense.
No, I was about to say that too. It was like I want more game in my game
Yeah, like
than
when I was
I'm
profound
younger,
even
be
experience.
careful what you wish for, because I'm like, man, the games are great, but I want more. I want more of an experience. Now we got the experience. I'm like, let's go back to the
You
games.
want more game? Yeah.
See, the problem I have with Last of Us is that it's one of those experiences that are going to be what's that word called there? Like not a long lasting experience. Like what I mean is like not the game itself. I'm talking about like when you beat it, you'll talk about it with your friends for months and months and months, and then probably after the first year and a half, 2 years, no one's going to speak of that game anymore. They'll remember it, but they're not going to talk about how good the storyline was, the characters were, and whatever you want to call it. And that seems to be an ever-growing trend when it comes to a lot of the games that Sony releases. Like from Naughty Dog themselves, like Uncharted is the same kind of thing. You don't see people talking about Uncharted anymore. Well, now you do because the fourth game got announced, but over the last like year and a half, I didn't really see too many people ever bring that up in conversation or discussion wise, talking about like the story or the emphasis or the elements within Uncharted. So I think Last of Us is going to get the same kind of treatment. So it's one of those games you play it, you experience like, oh my god, this game is amazing, and then after the first year, you just like whatever, you move on to the next best thing that Naughty Dog pumps out, or Insomniac or whatever company that brings out the next big game for them. That's how I approach it, anyways. At least the way I look at it.
Yeah, I just need to shut my mouth about Last of Us.
Yeah, I seen talk about that before.
Jamie has had his fill of Last of Us. So.
I've had my fill to no end, and I always piss somebody off.
Well, I will say this: my only thing that I have with games like Last of Us and Uncharted is I think a lot of times like 'cause they take their inspiration from movies and movies that we all know or TV shows we all know or something that we all know that most people know of, and I think just like you said, Greg, I think what happens is uh, their staying power just isn't that great. I mean, once you beat it, you beat it,
Yeah,
and once you another good game comes along, you forget all about it,
Pretty
and
much.
yeah.
it's not going to age well, basically.
Yeah, and it's a
And
real shame because I mean, I wanted a game like Uncharted or Last of Us, even though I'm not a fan of Last of Us, except for the multiplayer portion. But regardless of that, though, I wanted Uncharted to be something bigger. I wanted it to be a bigger franchise and go all out and be balls to the walls.
Mhm.
But sadly, like I said, when the first one came out, the first one wasn't as popularized till the second one came out, and that's when like things started to hit the fan. Everybody was like, "Oh, this game's amazing. This could be an amazing franchise." But once the fourth game comes out and it's all done and out of the way, and everybody plays it for the first year and loves it and plays the multiplayer for a year or two tops, or off and on. That game is just going to be another one that Naughty Dog's going to be like, all right, well that series is done. We're done with that game. Let's build something, the next best thing for whatever they bring out next time, right?
Mm. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's go on to this next question. Let's see. This one is from Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox asks, IGN tends to think that PS4 and Xbox One will have good exclusives this holiday, of course, ignoring everything for Wii U, which is all exclusive by default. Are they sugarcoating, or are Sunset Overdrive and company enough to stand up to Nintendo Platinum? Um,
Absolutely.
let's see. Here's the thing. It depends. It depends on how everything's marketed. I me personally, I did not expect Sunset Overdrive at this year's E3. I really didn't. I was expecting more of the same, and I think that's going to be the wild card for Xbox, because we all know how most Xbox owners are in regards to their shooters. So we already know how they are. And Sunset Overdrive really is something that's out there. It's not that realistic. It's actually crazy. It's actually more. I hate to have to say it like this, but it has more. It has a lot of creativity, like something that you see on a Nintendo platform, as opposed to something that you would see on a Microsoft platform. And
No,
that's
no,
just being
no, man.
honest.
You shouldn't hate to say that. That should be a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying because I know what's going to happen as soon as that phrase got out my mouth.
No,
But
no, no.
the thing is, like I said,
But people, this is actually more like, honestly, Sunset Overdrive to me is the Splatoon for Xbox One.
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I would say
I'm-
Sunset Overdrive is their Ratchet and Clank. But the thing is that Ratchet and Clank, anyone who played that game and saw it was like, this looks like something that would be on a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so there's nothing wrong with that. That's just,
It's just drawn
brighter.
inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, look, most people should be tired of gray, brown, and shooting people in the face. You need something a little different on consoles, and this is their little bit different. It could be a rousing success for the Xbox One.
Yeah, it could, and it's just it's one of those things. It's kind of like one of those questions that look, everything we already know that Nintendo bringing down. They're trying to finish out the year strong. So I think they will finish out the year strong simply because a lot of the games that are supposed to be coming out, some of those exclusives that they were talking about from Microsoft and Sony, got pushed back to 2015. So as far as exclusives are concerned, yeah, Nintendo got this wrapped up.
Yep.
And that's just the truth. So I think that Nintendo has it wrapped up that way. Sunset Overdrive looks to be extremely fun from what I've seen of it. And so I mean, and that's a good thing because you start to see that creativity creep back in, and that's what gamers should want. They should want creativity and all that in their games, in my opinion, personally.
I concur. Carry on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but I think that one of the most disheartening thing about that though is the fact that IGN's not even adding Nintendo exclusives for the holiday onto that list, which to me is kind of somewhat degrading a lot, in my opinion. It's not fair to show off everything that's coming this fall for PS4 and Xbox One, but completely neglect and ignore Nintendo like that. To me, that is bad journalism.
No,
but this is not surprisingly though coming
They've been
from
doing that for years now.
They
so,
showed Super Smash Brothers at least and Watch Dogs. That
but I mean, you would think that no matter what set it is, no matter how big of a fanboy these journalist sites are, because we already know that IGN's definitely dick riding. Excuse my language, but they're riding Sony down. Sony at every turning point that they possibly can.
10 million sold. Sorry.
Well, but I mean, outside from that, though, I mean, your fanboyism is one thing, but doing your job is another thing. So I think, the fact that they're neglecting Nintendo like that is not professional journalism in my mind.
Well, I made the point before that IGN actually profits off of Sony because they have an IGN app on Sony PlayStation 4.
Oh, see, that I was not aware of.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they do.
I'm not aware of that.
They do.
And
Yeah,
That's why.
Because you have to remember, and people don't realize this, I pretty much gave up. Like, I didn't even touch the Wii other than when I visited my big brother's house. I was totally all Sony last generation. And I could tell you up front, I still love Sony, but they've been slacking. And I'm just being honest and real. Like, people are like, oh, well, you picking Wii because... No. I've been playing video games since 1984. I'll tell you exactly what the deal is. And right now, PlayStation is lacking. Do they have potential? Hell yeah, they do. But are they doing anything with it currently? Not really.
Yeah.
They can only do so much without pouring out a crapload of money, and in this regards, they technically can't.
The problem with Sony is that, they don't really, franchises that people kind of remember. Like, I remember when the PS1 came out. They came out with, Ape Escape and Power Rap of the Rapper and Crash Bandicoot and
but that's when
Spyro the Dragon.
That's when they tried to crush Nintendo. That's when they competed with Nintendo.
And they were competing
switched.
against Nintendo. And yeah, these IPs, I mean, they weren't gonna. I mean, they were going up against Nintendo, but I mean, they weren't gonna overtake, Nintendo building their IPs for like 30-something years. But at that point, like 10 years, like 12 years. But, I mean, they were a good try. But then they started going up against Microsoft, and they were like, those are too kiddie. Those are too casual. And they were going to go after the hardcore crowd. And, I mean...
Hardcore.
Yeah. Hardcore is a whole nother...
I'm using air quotes when I say hardcore.
Yeah.
The hardcore crowd is fickle. They aren't fickle. They're hardcore. I mean, people who like Halo aren't gonna somehow abandon their Xboxes to go buy Killzone. Okay. I'm sorry.
Core?
Yeah. That's understandable. We got a couple more questions here. This one is from Revolution. He asks, do any of you believe Shulk will be in the new Super Smash Brothers? The Japanese release is less than a month away, and I'm wondering if he'll be revealed before release or be a secret character. Any thoughts? I'll say I think he's going to be in, but I think he's going to be secret.
Yeah,
I think he'll be revealed. I think he's going to be revealed next month. I'm sure Nintendo's going to do probably one more 3DS related Nintendo Direct next month, and prior to the release of the 3DS version, and they're actually going to finally reveal every single character. Because I do remember Sakurai coming out. I think it was on a Twitter post saying that eventually he's going to finish revealing every character in the game, and he said he was doing that soonish. So yeah, either it's going to be a Nintendo Direct event, or he's just going to do like another video on YouTube, and it's just going to be like the rest of the characters finally revealed.
Yeah, I'll partially disagree. It's going to be. I think it will be part of a Direct. I don't think it'll be a Smash Brothers exclusive Direct. That's just like I said, I'm not saying I'm right. That's just my own personal opinion. I would love for Shulk to be in there, but I'm skeptical now.
Because it's taking so long?
Huh?
Because it's taking so long?
I'm just skeptical in general. He probably will, simply because the popularity for him is so high. It'd be almost foolish for him not to put him in there.
Mm.
But I'm worried if he does put Shulk, he's going to have to nerf him. Because Shulk will own everybody if they don't nerf him.
Makes sense. Jamie, you had something you want to add?
Well, no, just I hope he's in, because Xenoblade Chronicles is a phenomenal game, and they need to promote the new one coming out. What better way to promote it than putting Shulk in?
Exactly.
So they also need to add Bayonetta as well, because they want to.
Yeah, they should. They should, but I don't think they will.
I think what's going to wind up happening is, as far as Bayonetta is concerned, I think she's going to probably wind up being a trophy at some point.
Watch Bayonetta be an alt skin for Zero Suit Samus.
That would be kind of awesome in a messed up way.
The only biggest reason why I would love to see her in the game is because it would definitely be a very positive formality to really promote her as a character, because that is coming out before Bayonetta is coming out.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of exposure with that character, because people will be questioning is like, who is this character? And then they'll play and like, oh, this character's pretty awesome. Then they'll connect two and two together. So I think if they actually had her in there as a special guest character, would definitely be a fantastic way to advertise, especially to a broader audience, that because everybody's gonna be buying Smash. I mean, that's just common sense.
Yeah.
So having a bigger audience like that, who was very skeptical on not, don't want to pick up the actual game of Bayonetta 2. You know what I mean? So I think that would definitely be a right move to do if Nintendo were to actually go ahead and do that. But I mean, hey, only time will tell in the next month and a half, so we'll have to be cautious on that one.
Yep.
And we can say, because she did make it into Wonderful 101 if you found her.
Oh, she's in that game?
Yeah, you had to find her.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Platinum loves Easter eggs, man. Come on, you gotta dig.
Yeah,
Yo, she's like, can you like recruit her or something?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's in.
She's
Oh my god, that just made me feel I'm playing it after I'm done this.
Yeah. Sylvia from Beautiful Joe is in it as well. You got to find her too.
Yep.
No,
and,
that I didn't know.
you can also play as Hideki Kamiya.
Yeah, and
Yep, he can play as Kamiya himself.
Okay,
yeah,
that I
been-
didn't know.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, so
His
after
special ability is that he
my
gives people the
podcast,
finger.
I
No, I'm
have to-
joking. He doesn't.
Oh,
better than
dude,
all like
I
that.
was
It
gonna
would be
play
cool if
Mario
he did
Kart
that.
after, but I think I'm gonna play Wonderful 101 instead.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was not
But-
aware of that stuff, so I know exactly what I'm doing after I do my podcast tonight. I'm gonna be playing that game all night.
Yeah, I will say this though: the Bayonetta one, I missed her the first 2 times I played it. I did find her after reading online where to find her at. So I always have to go
Yeah.
online to find her because I can't. It's hard, and I have to actually get help. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Didn't you have to do
I'm-
like very specific
Jay,
things,
Yes. Yes.
achievements? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And this is where I suffer. I almost never go to FAQs, it's my own stubbornness. I think I self-destruct partially because of that fact. Because I'm like, I want it, and I want it now, and then I'm like, crap, I have no clue how to find this shit.
Yeah. I'm usually like that as well, but when I heard she was in there, I'm like, I gotta find her, and I found Sylvia on my own, but I couldn't find her, and I had to go back and look. And when I read online, okay, that's what I gotta do. So if you want to do it, I suggest you. You're gonna get frustrated, so I just look online. I ain't gonna lie, I'll just look online.
I will confess, I do use that for weapons in Final Fantasy, though.
That's understandable. That's completely understandable. All right, let's see. We got one last one here from the Wolf Cliff. Do you guys think that more and more gamers are starting to support the indie games, or nothing has changed since then? I think they are.
Yeah, people are more or less embracing indies more now. It's not as big of a movement of people as I think should be embracing indies, because there are some like awesome games out there by indie developers that people just completely ignore because they're not triple A
Yeah,
in
that's
development
yeah.
in
I'll have to
development cost and branding. But
Yeah.
to me, they're triple A
Yeah.
in quality.
I have
So-
to concur with Andre on
I
this.
mean,
The whole thing
it
is.
boils down to. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the whole thing is that I personally believe that indies has a lot of potential, but unfortunately, like you said in the question, I think even though it is being embraced more, I think a lot of people are still unaware of the quality of indie games. Because I can tell you right now, the few people I know that have Wii U outside of you guys, when they go in the eShop, they don't really look for anything beyond what they might know of the third party and first party. If they see an indie game, they tend to ignore it simply because it's like, oh, it's a lower quality. I don't know how good this game is. So in one way, yes, indie is improving and more people are pulling in, but unfortunately, they still aren't exposed enough. And I think we need to find a way to address that, honestly.
I got one way to address it. But Mr. Red Fox, you got something you want to say first?
Yeah. The thing is that more gamers are starting to support the indie games because basically, the overall quality of a lot of AAA franchises has gone down subtly, but like the amount of content you get has gone down. The play quality, it's gotten a little stagnant, whereas the indie quality has gone up. Like 10, 15 years ago, you'd see indie games where it was like you could tell it was kind of made on a budget. And you could see an idea there, but it just wasn't coming together. But now you have people that these games are professional. They're good. They're very high quality. It's just they don't have the infrastructure there to bring them to the masses like AAA developers do. So, I mean, the quality's there. They just need the exposure.
Okay. All right. The way Rashida, I think that we can actually do exposure is like by telling people, like doing reviews, like doing gameplays, showing gameplays of these the indie games, because like I said, a lot of these indie games are actually really good and really fun to play, but you have to tell people, because like people nowadays, even though the information is there for them to read, they ain't going. They don't want to look it up. They don't want to research it.
Yep.
They'd rather somebody else do it. So the best way to do that is to actually show them.
Which is partially why we exist, gamers at large.
Yeah. So that's the best way to actually get people to see it, because like your gaming websites, whichever one you visit, most of them they don't even care, unless a big company does it. Like when Ubisoft did Child of Light.
Ubi shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, man. Come on, dude. When
Sorry.
Ubisoft did Child of Light, that
Shadow
one
of Light
got
is awesome though. I
yeah,
can't deny that. I freaking love that game.
That's a fun game. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very fun.
that one got a lot of exposure because it was Ubisoft. Like something
Yeah.
like Drinkbox or something like that. When they do a game, it may get some exposure for like a day or two, but other than that,
Guacamelee.
yeah. Other than that, it's not gonna stay up probably more than a week.
Yeah.
And that's if it's a slow week. So
Well, like I said, it's the infrastructure
yeah,
to get them out there.
yeah. So you have to do stuff like that. It's on like actual gamers to actually get it out there to people because, like I said, they're not gonna do it because the the gaming
Basically,
websites they don't want to have to deal with it.
basically, bigger gaming websites aren't going to do it because there's no money in it for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because third parties, not third parties, studios pay for their stuff to get in the front, to like have the most exposure. Which is why when you see like a big game coming out, remember when GTA came out and it was everywhere? I mean, everywhere. You went, GTA is coming out, GTA 5, and they had the money for that. That's not, websites weren't doing that for free out of the goodness of their own heart. Because they like the game, they get paid for that. And indies don't have that type of money, These people are working on a budget,
Yeah. And most of those indie teams are like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah,
a lot of them are like that.
They're working out of someone's basement, out of someone's garage. If they have a studio, it's like they say it's a studio, but you don't really like when you think of a studio, it's not what you would think it is,
Yeah.
Here's I'll just say here's the best way to describe a indie game creator studio. Look at indie dev tycoon.
Yeah.
I mean that game dev tycoon. I say indie dev tycoon.
Yeah, I was watching this thing they did on Nintendo Enthusiast, and they went to the Drinkbox, the people who do Guacamele's, no, not Shovel Knight Yacht Club's studio. It was like this shady neighborhood in Toronto, and they're going up these steps. I'm like, jeez, that is really rough. They're like, welcome to the studio. I'm like, God. And you go to EA or Activision, and their stuff is like this huge building with all of this nice stuff and a cafeteria.
Yeah.
Which is why you should never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Just because something looks nice on the outside doesn't mean what's inside is good and pure.
Kim Kardashian! Sorry.
Yeah. All right, this is the last question we got for tonight, and it comes from Anderson Arkilla again. Seeing how a lot of people even now avoid the wonderful 101 at $30 new, say Mega Man would be neglected by Nintendo because of a lack of F-Zero games, what the world, and say that Splatoon is their only new IP in forever. Does this prove people have gotten crazier than ever?
No.
What?
I believe. Okay, I'm gonna jump in for this one.
Okay.
Oh, cool! You let me go. All right. Darn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yes. The whole thing is this. Well, I didn't expect you to actually let me go. Sorry. The whole thing is this: is that unfortunately we've been manipulated for years, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody fell for it.
Yeah.
I think what it is that society in general has made a shift, and what happened is a lot of us there's now no longer gamers. Gamers have been segmented. We have the old school gamers, we have the casuals, we have the new school gamers, and then we have the dude bros, and we have whatever else. So unfortunately, the taste has been all over the place. Unfortunately, the old school gamers, we've become the minority. So what happens is that they're looking at the vast amount of gamers, and unfortunately, they have fallen for the gimmicks. Does that make any sense?
Kinda.
No, it's pretty clear actually.
We hadn't heard from Zen in a while. Zen,
Yeah, Zen. We need logic in here. Come on.
Okay, could you repeat that question?
Put that
Let's
controller
see.
down.
It's seeing how a lot of people even now avoid the 1-for-101 at $30 new. Say Mega Man would be neglected by Nintendo because of lack of F-Zero games, and say that Splatoon is their only new IP in forever. Does this prove people have gotten crazier than ever?
No. I would
Wait.
say
Did you say Mega Man was neglected by Nintendo? That makes no sense. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah. I would say no. People haven't gotten crazy. I would say they just forgot what value is. They've forgotten what value is. $30 for a brand new game. That is, brand new in what it provides. Is something everyone should be running down, and everybody should be pursuing that. Okay.
Okay.
Red Fox, you alright?
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
here.
like, he sounds like he's very excited about something.
Yeah.
He's like humming in the background.
Sorry.
Yeah. So a perfect situation analogy or whatever that I would use for this is the Wonderful 101 was too different for some people.
Yep.
For most people, it was too different in what it
Society.
provided, too different in what it stood for. A lot of people, in terms of games, would say, "Hey, you know what? I'm tired of drinking juice. Give me something different." And then the industry, someone somewhere would say, "Okay, you're tired of juice. Here's milk." And then the follow-up request is, "What is this crap? I want juice." So that's pretty much what it is. You want something different to drink other than juice, but you just want slightly sweeter juice. You don't actually want something different, and that's
And
what
that's the problem.
Oh,
And
and that.
The biggest
Oh.
problem in this industry is the fact that every time when somebody wants to create a new IP of some form, which makes it a different game in general-wise, everybody's like, yeah, finally we're getting a new IP, and then the game comes out, it gets slammed by critics, and everybody was like, nah, let's go back to do what we know best and what we like best.
Ooh, let me throw this in real quick. Another thing is that I think a lot of the gamers forgot what a real challenge is.
Yep.
So when,
Oh,
when
yes.
something's challenging, they automatically say it's garbage because it's too difficult.
Yeah.
Because I've
Like
come
Ninja
across a bunch of
Gaiden.
exactly. I've seen a
Yeah.
bunch of people say they want a challenge, and the game's too hard. This game sucks because it's too hard to learn how to play it. I'm like,
Um,
no, you just need to step up your game. Back in the day,
We
I know
had
it sounds
Contra.
like I'm trying to sound like a dinosaur here. Back in the day, you gotta kind of tough it up, but you know what? When you figure it out and you go through it, it feels so much freaking awesome
Yeah.
to actually overcome it.
No. Back in the day, though, games were cheaply hard, and we had to learn how to get around it.
Mhm.
We had
Well,
no choice.
But that is kind of
won't
true.
say-
I won't deny that.
I mean,
No, I'm just
partially.
being honest because we put too much of a golden spin on things. Sometimes it really
Well-
was too hard, but we still toughed it out and we enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, like if you played Double Dragon with your friend, or someone, and you found out at the
Oh,
very
Double
end,
Dragon.
oh my
Why did
God,
you-
this game is cheap. This game,
Bastard.
or Battletoads or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, those games
you
were
suck.
just. Oh,
Keep
yeah,
torturing
those
me.
games were just. Those games were horrible, but we got through it. We didn't like people now. They're like, this game is terrible. I don't want to play it. But I mean, back then, your parents or someone got you that game, and you played through it. Because if you complained about it, they take the whole thing away. So you just
You wouldn't
played your
get no other
terrible game.
opportunity either.
You just played it. You were like, yeah, this game's terrible, but I'm not going to complain about it.
I wouldn't even say that a lot of them were terrible because they were technically sound. They just had instances where it was like near impossible to beat it unless you
Yeah.
like were predicting it like 5 moves ahead. You had to be a
But I
chess
will
player in order to beat those games.
But I will say this much: the skills that us old school gamers learned to beat games like Mario and Contra and the
Castlevania.
old Donkey Kong,
Contra.
Castlevania. Like, oh, man, don't get me started on R-Type and Gradius. Games
Oh
like
my
that.
God!
gosh, man.
The skills
Okay,
we
you know-
learned to
okay.
beat those games,
You're not
we
allowed
can
to bring
take
up any
those
old
skills
games.
now and play anything else. And we're like people like, oh, this Dark Souls is hard. I'm like, this isn't hard.
No,
This is just you guys think it's hard. This is not hard. This is fun. This is what a cheap boss just runs out from nowhere, just kills me. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's about right.
Maybe we can say us as older school gamers, we just have a twisted sense of what fun is.
Well, it's fun to me. It's
That-
like, okay, everyone said
We are a
that
little
Donkey
twisted. I can't deny that.
Everyone said that Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was cheap and too. Oh, Donkey Kong Returns, the previous one and sequel were too hard. This is hard. This is hard. I'm like, oh, but the original ones you had one-hit kills, like one hit and you were dead.
Pretty much.
So I mean, at least this time they gave us a life bar or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They made it easier. Why are you complaining? You know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to what generation of gamer you're talking about, because like the problem with Wonderful 101, I think the main problem was reviewer gaming websites, because they would sit up and say, oh, it's hard to draw on the gamepad, it's not intuitive, but when you actually sat down and played it, that wasn't the case.
But
So
that goes back to the whole Me Too. Unfortunately, people, and I want to preach this. Sorry to cut you off, Jay. Is that people need to sometimes go out and experience it for themselves, because people tell you garbage and then you automatically assume, oh, it's no. Sometimes you really need to just play the game, rent the game.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive. Was it $4, $5 at the most? Rent the game. If you don't like it, play a few hours. If you don't feel it, then you don't feel it. Keep it moving.
Well,
Because
the thing is that.
Go ahead.
Well, the thing is that people didn't know, like the reviewers really didn't know how to, because it was something they hadn't seen before and they didn't know how to categorize it. Wonderful 101 at its heart, believe it or not, is a derivation of, it's a derivation of a beat 'em up, okay? Except unlike beat 'em ups where you could just button mash your way through and there was really no strategy. I mean, there was strategy in beat 'em ups, but it was like, okay, I need to keep these dudes from cornering me. I need to keep this dude from from attacking me from behind where I'm defenseless. Like, you had to, there was more going on Wonderful 101 than just that. But basically, it was about positioning and knowing where you had to go. You need to be aware of the situation. You needed to have your eyes on the screen and on the Wii and the gamepad. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on.
Red Fox. Are you trying to say that gamers actually have to think and strategize?
Yeah. Yes.
What I'm saying, for a game like that, you actually. But here's the thing: anyone who plays Hideki Kamiya games, Clover games, whatever. I know this studio has changed names so many times. I can't keep up with all the name changes. I knew them. I got into them before I found out they were. It was Platinum. I knew them as Clover. Okay, and I played God Hand and Okami and Beautiful Joe and Beautiful Joe 2. I mean, I played those games, and I didn't know who was making these games. I just knew I loved them, and then I found it was Clover, and then they left and became Platinum. But my point is this: I mean, all of his games start out. You start it, it's like this is a simple this way, but there's an underlying depth with those games that if you really want to get good, and that's why they have the grading system. Yeah, your basic skills will get you through. You know, maybe if you hone them a little bit, they'll get you to the next level. But if you really want to get good, you have to actually play this game. You have to know. You have to put some quality time into figuring out how to do everything. And a lot of gamers, I hate to say this, new age gamers, they want quick and easy. They want I just started to play the game. They want games that have been casualized, and I mean that in a negative light.
Okay.
You're gonna piss off a lot of people, Red Fox.
I actually kind of agree, because of the simple fact that like I was saying before, a lot of game reviewers from established review sites was just basically hamming it, and you're like, when you actually sat down and actually played it, that was the whole first mission in Wonderful 101 gets you acclimated to the game, and if you make any mistakes, it's your fault. It's not the game's fault. It's your fault. If you don't draw the shape like you need to draw it, it's your fault. And sometimes I realized it was my fault because I was drawing it too fast, or I wasn't actually drawing the shape. So it was one of those things. And like when you have a lot of people that go to those sites and they're saying it's hard on the actual site because either A, they don't have enough time to actually put time into it, or B, they just refuse to put time into it. the reviewer does that, then hey, that's what you have. So a good game, a great game like Wonderful 101 is gonna
Yep.
get like screwed over like that. And I think that was one of the things that happened with Wonderful 101 was it just got screwed over because people they either didn't want to put time into it, or they were just like, I gotta hurry up and get this game reviewed so I can go on to my next game that I want to get reviewed. So
Yep. I mean, we should. I mean, I should do a review show where I do reviews of people's reviews, and they're like, "This game is terrible." Actually, no. The game isn't hard. Your skills are weak. There's difference between actual difficult games and you not having the skill to play said game.
That's what, see, what my beef is that you don't have to be a supreme gamer to be a good reviewer. Just be honest.
No.
Be like, listen, the game is good. I just need to set my game up.
See, and I have to.
I'm not good at it, but I could see where someone could like it.
Right, I have to point out IGN again because I had posted pictures on my Google Plus a couple weeks ago about this, but IGN had done a review recently for I want to say Pixel Junk Shooter or something like that, but they had written in their review a section where they knocked the game down a point because of the ending. How it apparently didn't really have an ending, and it just closed out like a thank you for playing and then back to the title screen. And someone in the comment section called them out and said, look, you must have been playing on the easiest level, because that's what the game does when you're playing on the easiest level, is it doesn't give you the real ending. But when you're playing on normal mode, then you get the full ending and another stage on top of that. And the reviewer was like, no, I assure you, we played on normal. It was back and forth until IGN took the review down, edited it, and reposted it.
yeah, it was Damien Hatfield. He was actually arguing with the actual developer.
Oh, was the developer?
God.
It was one of the
Wow.
It was actually,
They got what? I wish Games Rosa was here to say exposed.
Andre, no offense. Can I please say just once? I know you get offended a bit for this slightly offensive topic.
Just go ahead, say it.
These bastards are retarded.
well, the thing about IGN is once somebody calls them out and it's proven that they got called out, you'll see update the article. They'll take the whole article down, then post it back up and act like they ain't never changed anything.
Shut the fuck!
Exactly. I mean, let's not forget GTA 5 online. We can't score this game. The online will eventually get better.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing with IGN, and I read that article, Jamie. That one was funny because he didn't know that was the actual one of the developers of the game. He didn't know. I'm like, dude, you idiot. So
bugs me out. Your profession is gaming. That's like my whole argument with GameStop. I know, yes, I'm an old school gamer. I've been around for a hot minute, but I should not go to a game store and have to educate the people that sell me the games on gaming.
yeah,
That's almost
nobody should.
That's an insult. They should be. I actually would be happy if I go in there and they school me on stuff.
Yeah.
That's how.
That's half the problem with like a store like that. You have like people like us. We already know what we want. We already know what we're looking forward to. We already know about the systems because that's what we do. It's our hobby. We love it. When you go to a place like GameStop or Best Buy, or a lot of those people, they teenagers, they already fanboys about stuff, and that's how it is. I laugh at them.
But that's the messed up part. See, the problem is that that's us. A lot of people who love gaming and trying to learn, they're just getting into it, are misinformed by these people.
Yeah.
That's where my gripe is. That's partially why, shameless plug, Gamers at Large exist. We're trying to educate people on gaming and have fun with gaming.
Yeah, I want to take a quick time out here since Gamers at Large has been mentioning it again. This podcast marks the 1-year anniversary of Gamers at Large.
Yeah.
It is 1 year.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes, it
I've been
is.
listening to you guys for a year. Dang.
Oh snap! It is.
Jeez. Has it been that
Oh
long?
snap!
It's sad. I wish Quan was here for this special day.
I know, but I mean,
He's the reason I'm here.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
people,
Sorry
I
again.
guess that's a good thing.
yeah.
It's great.
I have words for you, but I'll leave that outside of the cast.
Well, people, man, I've been on most of these. I did not realize it was a 1 year anniversary. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. So, so I guess we're gonna take the G Plus community live tonight, then, right?
Yeah, we should. We should definitely.
All right, people. Before we wrap up, because it is getting close to that time to wrap. We do have a community on G Plus. It's called the Gamers at Large Network. It will go live and public to everyone immediately following the end of this podcast. So if you're on G Plus and you are a gamer, or you're just interested in what we do, just check the communities. You should see our logo, and you should be able to join up. It is public, and we do have a few rules in place just to try to keep the trolling and flaming out of it and bullying out of the community. But other than that, just check us out, and we will keep that community up for the public, for everybody to see and ask us questions and show some of our Let's Plays and things of that nature. So that community in G Plus will be going live tonight following the end of this podcast. And on that note, before we actually get out of here, I do want to give a shout out to Terminator Juice. We were trying to get him in tonight. He was unable to get in, though, thanks to some technical issues with Google. He does have a Bayonetta 2 giveaway that he's doing, and he's doing it via the Mario Kart 8 racing tournaments. He does have those every Wednesday, I want to say it is, at 9 o'clock. Damn, I wish he was here. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. That he hosts his Mario Kart 8 tournament. So if you want to have a chance to win a copy of Bayonetta 2 and you are in the continental United States and you have a Wii U, why don't you sign up? It's a good way to scratch one game off your list if you can win it. So, and well, on that note, we are wrapping up tonight. I hope you enjoyed hope you enjoyed the cast tonight, and giving our outros going from left to right. Zen. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
He did a Rosa. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm here. No, I was just kind of tired as hell, kind of dozing off. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Ninja Design Gamer, one and only King of Logic. Check out the ZGZ, and if you like what you see, subscribe and all that good stuff.
All right. And we got Mr. Red Fox.
It's Mr. Red Fox here. I have not taken fools lightly since 1991. So just game on and play games because you enjoy it, not because your friends do. Let's go.
All right. Jamie.
Well, guys, it's been fun, and of course, always check me out on Butterworthy. I am growing by the day.
All right. Andre.
Well, people enjoyed being here, being able to share some thoughts and express some opinions. Just hope everybody gets to enjoy their games and play them, like Mr. Red Fox said. Just enjoy it for you. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying. So, on that note, I am done.
All right. Bear Hugger.
I'm your boy, Bear Hugger 29. Appreciate being back on this podcast, and thank you guys for having me here, and really appreciate it.
All right. And Rashidi.
Hey guys. First things first. I apologize for being extra hyper. I know I'm always hyper, but I've been missing this podcast forever. So yeah. Okay. Also, I'd like to put out my full support for Dr. Trey's Operation Platinum. I'm down for Terminator Juice's thing as well as the good Beer Hugger 29. I'm also going to be posting a video soon, and I will be giving out a prize of my own for at least one copy of Bayonetta 2. I am all for proving Ubisoft wrong regarding their belief on mature games for Wii U platform. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. All the best. Check out Good Shepherd. Peace.
All right, and for me, it's Jay from the Game Cafe. I don't know if I'm going to have a show this week. I am going out of town the next week, so I'll try to do something. If I don't do a show, I will have a Let's Play of something up. At least something that you'll have on the episode, on the week that's coming up. And I will see you guys, I guess, in 2 weeks. So, peace. Y'all have fun.